The Honourable Minister for Tourism and Promotion Authority.
Mr. Speaker, pursuant to statute, I present the annual reports of the Tourism Promotion Authority for the years 2020 and 2021. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I rise to present the Tourism Promotion Authority's 2020 and 2021 annual report to Parliament. Mr. Acting Speaker, the years 2020 and 2021 were the most difficult years when the COVID-19 pandemic was at its peak. And Papua New Guinea, like many other countries in the world, was adversely affected. Most of the industries and businesses in the world wound down, and the worst was affected was the tourism industry. Hence, the downturn in the global economy, which is still felt today. With international travel restrictions, border closures, and mandatory quarantine measures, the number of international visitors in 2020 and 2021 declined drastically. The decline in the revenue for the years 2020 and 2021 led to job losses and reduced economic activities in the tourism sector. Closure of hotels, resorts, and tour operators had a rippling effect on other industries and businesses such as transportation, restaurants, and retail were also affected. The loss of income from tourism has also affected the government's revenue collections, as the tourism sector also contributes significantly to the nation's economy. Mr. Acting Speaker, our government did not take this downturn sitting idle. While taking all necessary COVID-19 new protocols or new normal protocols to safeguard our citizens and visitors, the government initiated several measures to support the tourism sector to become more resilient. The government actually intervened by providing financial support to the already affected businesses. The government in turn encouraged domestic tourism by encouraging citizens to become local tourists within our country. Mr. Acting Speaker, the lesson from the COVID-19 pandemic that we can take forward is that of domestic trade, including local tourism, must be seriously encouraged and promoted. The day our international borders are closed, domestic tourism or domestic trade and travel must kick in so as to sustain our local economy. To encourage local tourism, we must, Mr. Speaker, look at now seriously reducing our domestic airfares. Mr. Acting Speaker, overall the impact of COVID-19 pandemic on the tourism industry in Papua New Guinea has been significant. However, our resilience and efforts to mitigate the effects and support the recovery of the sector has been very positive and encouraging. I urge the government to consider the challenges facing the tourism industry and increase its funding support so that the agency can continue to enhance its efforts to develop tourism products and maintain international tourism benchmarks. I thank our Prime Minister, the Honourable James Marape, for his leadership through the difficult years, especially during the COVID-19 pandemic-induced period. I also thank the ministers and the members of Parliament from both sides of the House for being supportive in our efforts to drive tourism as a major sustainable industry to grow our economy. Despite the challenges presented by the COVID-19 pandemic in 2020 and 2021, the PNG Tourism Promotion Authority has been resilient and has once again fulfilled its legal obligation to deliver a timely audited report of its finances to Parliament in compliance with the Public Finance Management Act. I am grateful to the Auditor General's Office for its continuous due diligence checks on Tourism Promotion Authority's finances every year without fail. The report These reports are proof of that collaboration. Mr. Acting Speaker, I also commend the Chief Executive Officer, Mr. Eric Mosman Uvovo, and his executive management for its own due diligence as well as its effective management through the crisis. We are a formidable unit, only limited by sufficient funding support from the national government to do more for our people and our country. Mr. Acting Speaker, tourism, arts and culture has since independence in 1975 been heavily reliant on the funding support from the national government through annual budgetary allocations. And when we are faced with tough times like COVID-19 pandemic, we are hard hit with little or no funding at all. Hence our setback in effectively delivering on our mandate. Mr. Acting Speaker, going forward, I will be bringing major policy reforms and rebranding of my 3 agencies in Tourism Promotion Authority, National Cultural Commission, and National Museum Art Gallery to Cabinet and then to Parliament as our government's gift to the people of our country as we celebrate our 50th anniversaries. Mr. Speaker, Mr. Acting Speaker, in tourism, since I took office, our vision and mission going forward as we strive to create in tourism, arts and culture as pot of gold in our country is we indigenize our arts and culture, modernize our infrastructure, promote peace and unity in diversity. Mr. Acting Speaker, our culture must be authentic, our arts must be authentic and not imported or faked. We must show our true color and our origins. With this, I can assure the Parliament, the people of our beautiful country, that the tourism, arts and culture agencies will never be the same again. Mr. Acting Speaker, it is with great pleasure that I present the Tourism Promotion Authority's 2020 and 2021 annual report to Parliament. But in passing, Mr. Acting Speaker, I also want to thank the Japanese government and their people in giving a very special gift to our country in donating the modernized digitization equipment to our National Museum and Art Gallery. Yeah. With this equipment, we will be able to protect and preserve our history and our heritage that are stored in our National Museum and Art Gallery. Mr. Acting Speaker, I also want to emphasize to Parliament and the people of our country the importance of tourism, arts and culture. I want to urge the government that while we get our funding from the extractive industry, we must seriously reinvest those funds into sustainable and renewable industry, in agriculture, in fisheries, in agroforestry activities, and more importantly, in tourism. Tourism is about our origin, our identity. And if we talk about ourselves as Melanesians, we are the biggest Melanesian country in the world. And if we say we are Papua New Guinean, Papua New Guinea Yumia. But Mr. Speaker, let me inform this Parliament and our people that our origin and our identity and our heritage is fast eroding. Yeah. Correct. And I fear it's dying that fast. Our culture, our language, and even our talk piecing is changing so fast. For example, you see the kids today, instead of saying M-Tason, they are now saying Emson. Emson. And they are communicating new pidgin now. Maybe, Mr. Acting Speaker, it's time we think seriously about teaching talk piecing from grade 1 to grade 10. to remind our kids what top fishing is. And same applies to topless. Our kids now don't know their mother tongue, their language. They don't know how to even perform their cultures. Our culture is now being reinvented. We see brass bands painting ourselves with black paint or oil. That's not us. That's not Papua New Guinea. That's not Melanesia. Let's now rethink seriously about protecting and preserving our culture and our heart in the country by promoting this in our villages, in our districts, in our province, and in our country. Mr. Acting Speaker, I must also inform Parliament that we are about to lose our national treasure in the National Museum and Art Gallery. For the last 14 months, there has been no air conditioning in the National Museum. Our reports, our hearts are fast eroding, and they are being destroyed. Let's not pretend. Let's admit that there are some things that it's wrong and we must fix it. Mr. Acting Speaker, I want to make it an important and a priority for our government to address this issue in the National Museum, or else we will lose our national treasure. Mr. Acting Speaker, I also want to bring this to Parliament, that even our hearts is being faked by our friends from other countries. The flag, the national flag, the provincial flags. We must now seriously look at bringing a legislation, or if there is in existence, what is the ICCC doing about it? The intellectual property rights. The Chinese are just producing flags everywhere. Maybe it's time we start to regulate and put tougher laws. Our heart, the Popondata butterfly, the islands below, the market has been taken away from our mothers. Chinese are now producing bilums and have been sold. The Mary blouse, it's been sold. So these are some serious things that we need to do to help the tourism industry so we can get our people to be properly engaged. Mr. Acting Speaker, tourism is an inclusive business. You don't have to be educated to participate in tourism industry. And if properly funded, trust me you, Mr. Acting Speaker, it will assist a lot in reducing law and order situation in the country and create more employment for our people. Mr. Speaker, with this, I have the great pleasure to present the Tourism Promotion Authority 2020 and 2021 annual report to Parliament. Thank you.